Your 30s often feel like the decade when everything arrives at once. One moment you're celebrating the fact that your paycheck finally looks respectable, and the next you're staring at mortgage paperwork wondering how anyone actually manages to handle adult life. At the same time, your money seems to be pulled in every possible direction, as if your bank account were a financial tug-of-war. College funds for children begin to matter. A house requires a down payment. Retirement savings demand attention. And somehow, in the middle of all that, you're expected to stay calm and organized. What most people don't tell you about entering your 30s is this: while your 20s are often described as the decade for figuring things out, your 30s are when you suddenly realize you were supposed to have figured things out already. The financial choices you make during this period can shape the next several decades of your life. They can either build the foundation for long-term stability or leave you struggling to catch up well into your 50s and 60s. My name is Finn, and I spend my time helping people understand how to build wealth without losing their sanity in the process. If you've ever felt like your income disappears the moment it arrives, consider subscribing and giving this video a like if it helps you bring some order to your financial life. Before getting into these milestones, there's something important to clarify. None of this is meant to shame you for your current financial situation. Maybe you've already achieved some of these goals, or maybe you're looking at your bank balance wondering if becoming a professional dog walker would be easier than managing money. Wherever you stand, these milestones aren't judgments. They're simply a map to help navigate what can be one of the most financially complex decades of life. The first major financial milestone in your 30s is eliminating consumer debt entirely. Yes, completely. Zero. The only reasonable exception is a mortgage, if you have one. Everything else should eventually disappear: credit card balances, student loans, car payments, and even that lingering furniture loan you took out years ago. At first this might sound unrealistic. Many people carry large student loan balances that feel impossible to erase quickly. But there's a reason this matters so much during your 30s. For many individuals, this is the stage of life when income begins to peak. Your salary is likely higher than it has ever been and may continue rising. Allowing consumer debt to linger during this time is like stepping into financial quicksand. It slowly pulls down every dollar you earn. Imagine paying $400 each month on credit cards and another $600 for a car loan. That's $1,000 leaving your pocket every single month. Over 1 year that becomes $12,000. Over 10 years, that's $120,000, and that figure doesn't even include what the money could have grown into if it had been invested instead. Your 30s also tend to bring increasingly complicated responsibilities. Careers become more demanding, households require management, children may enter the picture, and aging parents sometimes need assistance. Carrying heavy consumer debt while juggling these responsibilities is like trying to balance flaming torches while riding a unicycle. Technically possible, but hardly wise. I learned this lesson firsthand when my father began needing more help around his home. He's the kind of person who insists on fixing everything himself, which often means I end up stepping in or hiring someone to repair things properly. Just last week his sink became clogged, and he was determined to solve it with nothing more than determination and a plunger. Unsurprisingly, it didn't work. Because I wasn't buried in debt payments, I had the flexibility to simply call a plumber and solve the problem immediately. If my finances had been tighter, we might still be dealing with that overflowing sink. The second milestone is achieving an excellent credit score, ideally 800 or higher. Some people argue that credit scores don't matter if you plan to avoid borrowing money. In reality, however, most people eventually rely on credit for major purchases such as homes. Your credit score directly influences the cost of borrowing. Consider a simple example. Suppose you purchase a $400,000 house. With an excellent credit score, you might qualify for a mortgage rate around 6.5%. Over a 30-year loan, that could mean paying roughly $511,000 in interest. Now imagine your score is slightly lower, not terrible, just average, and the rate increases to 7%. That 0.5% difference raises the lifetime interest cost to around $558,000. That's nearly $50,000 more for the same home. What's even more alarming is how fragile credit scores can be. According to LendingTree, a single payment that becomes more than 30 days overdue can reduce a credit score by as much as 180 points and remain on your report for up to 7 years. One forgotten credit card payment could potentially move your score from the high 700s to around 600, costing you tens of thousands in extra interest. Maintaining a strong credit score is actually quite simple. Pay every bill on time. Keep credit utilization below 30%, preferably under 10%. Avoid opening unnecessary credit accounts. And don't close long-standing credit cards unless annual fees make them unreasonable. Older accounts help extend your credit history, which strengthens your score. The third milestone is creating a long-term financial plan that looks at least 30 years ahead. Planning that far into the future may sound unpleasant, but your 30s are when multiple financial priorities collide at once. Without a plan, managing money can feel like playing financial whack-a-mole, solving one problem only for another to appear immediately afterward. A simple framework can help organize these priorities. Think of the acronym BRET. B represents budgeting and saving. You must clearly understand how much you need to save and spend in order to reach long-term goals. R represents retirement planning. This goes beyond contributing to a retirement account. It involves knowing whether you're actually on track and what adjustments might be needed. EAST stands for estate planning. While it may sound uncomfortable, it becomes essential once you have children or meaningful assets. The first T stands for tax planning, making sure you're using every legal strategy available to minimize unnecessary taxes. The final T stands for tracking progress, monitoring your financial situation regularly to ensure everything remains aligned with your goals. For some people, this may be the stage when working with a financial planner becomes valuable. If your financial life includes multiple income streams, complex investments, or family responsibilities, professional guidance can help connect all the pieces. The fourth milestone is building a robust emergency fund. In your 20s, people often recommend saving 3 to 6 months of expenses. In your 30s, it's wiser to expand that cushion to 6 to 12 months. The reason is simple: life becomes more unpredictable. Your home might suddenly need an expensive repair. Your child might require urgent dental treatment. Your car could break down at the worst possible time. Aging parents might face unexpected medical costs. Or, on a more positive note, you might encounter an investment opportunity that requires quick action. An emergency fund is not only about protection, it's about flexibility. When you know you can handle sudden expenses, you can take calculated risks, negotiate confidently at work, assist family members, and sleep better at night. This money should be stored somewhere safe and accessible, such as a high-yield savings account. The goal isn't rapid growth, it's stability and availability. The fifth milestone is having approximately 3 times your annual salary saved for retirement by age 40. In the United States, the average income around age 40 is roughly $62,000, which implies a target of about $186,000 in retirement savings. If someone reaches age 40 with that amount invested and continues contributing consistently, many retirement projections suggest they could accumulate more than $2 million by age 67. That outcome demonstrates the power of compound interest, but only when time is allowed to work. Delaying retirement contributions means sacrificing years of potential growth. If you're behind on this goal, it isn't too late, but it does require commitment. Increasing your savings rate whenever your income rises can make a huge difference. Even the difference between saving 10% versus 15% of your income can significantly alter your financial future. The sixth milestone involves developing resistance to lifestyle inflation. This is where true wealth builders distinguish themselves from those who only appear wealthy. Lifestyle inflation occurs when income increases are immediately matched by higher spending. A raise leads to a more expensive apartment. A bonus leads to a new car. Gradually, expenses rise until there's no extra money left to save. The best defense against this habit is automation. Whenever your income increases, automatically direct a portion, ideally at least half, of that increase into savings or investments. By doing so before you become accustomed to the extra income, you prevent new spending habits from forming. The seventh milestone is organizing your estate planning. Although it may seem premature in your 30s, it's one of the most responsible steps you can take for your family. Estate planning is not about expecting the worst, it's about being prepared for unexpected circumstances. If an accident leaves you unable to make decisions, someone must be legally authorized to act on your behalf. If you have children, someone must be designated as their guardian. Without proper documentation, these decisions may be made by courts rather than by you. Basic estate planning documents such as wills and powers of attorney are easier and more affordable to obtain than many people assume. Even simple arrangements provide far more protection than having nothing at all. The eighth milestone focuses on something rarely emphasized by financial advisors: investing in your health. Your health is arguably your most valuable financial asset. Over a lifetime, the average American spends more than $300,000 on healthcare. If preventive habits reduce that cost by even 20%, that represents $60,000 saved. And that doesn't include lost income from illness or missed career opportunities caused by poor health. Your 30s are often when metabolism begins to slow down, making healthy habits increasingly important. Establishing regular exercise, balanced nutrition, sufficient sleep, and effective stress management now is far easier than trying to repair decades of neglect later. The ninth milestone is beginning to plan for your children's education, if you have or expect to have children. Over the past 3 decades, college costs have increased at roughly twice the rate of inflation. A 4-year public university education can now exceed $40,000 per year including living expenses, while private institutions can approach $70,000 annually. Starting early allows compound interest to work in your favor. Education savings plans such as 529 accounts allow investments to grow tax-free when used for qualified education expenses, and many states provide additional tax benefits for contributions. Even modest monthly contributions can grow significantly over 15 to 18 years. The 10th and final milestone is developing genuine financial confidence. This isn't about reaching a specific dollar amount, it's about understanding your finances well enough to make decisions calmly and rationally. Financial confidence comes from systems, planning, and awareness. It means knowing your numbers, trusting your strategy, and avoiding panic during short-term market fluctuations. Your 30s represent a crucial period for financial development. Income tends to rise, compound interest still has decades to work, and the choices made during this decade strongly influence future stability. These milestones are not meant to overwhelm you. Instead, they provide a roadmap so that your 40s, 50s, and beyond can be spent enjoying the results of earlier discipline rather than worrying about whether retirement will ever be possible. If you feel behind, remember that your 30s still provide time to change direction. Dwelling on past financial mistakes accomplishes nothing. Instead, select 1 or 2 milestones that match your current situation and begin there. Consistent small actions, just like investments, grow over time.